Okay, hear me out. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. I want to talk about a theory that I have. I'm not going to get into like the names and all the crazy details. If you need a full breakdown about what's going on with this 4chan post after I give you my theory, Grizzly True Crime has a playlist about the Idaho 4 case where she goes through and breaks down the entire thing, including faces to the supposed names. So in this new footage of Maddie and Kaylee and Hoodie Guy, we do know that Kaylee asks Maddie exactly what it was that she said to Adam, and that Maddie says she told Adam everything. But there's been some enhancements made to the audio to where you can actually hear Hoodie Guy's voice. When I first heard the enhanced audio, what I heard is Hoodie Guy saying to Maddie, "They're going to get you for this, Maddie, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble." And then is whenever Kaylee asks Maddie what she said to Adam. Now, in my thinking, whatever this is that Hoodie Guy actually said is what prompted Kaylee to ask Maddie that question. How I think this might puzzle piece fit into the 4chan thing, I'm going to go ahead and summarize the 4chan stuff. A few different people, it seems, posted in 4chan what they believe happened, and it involves more Ethan and Xana than it really does Maddie and Kaylee, even though Maddie is mentioned in it. Now, what they're stating is that at the party that Ethan and Xana went to, there was an altercation with another frat guy. And apparently Ethan made some sort of comment towards this guy's nether regions when it comes to his steroid use, which was the rumor going around. We don't know if that's true or not, but that's what the argument was apparently about. And apparently Ethan and Xana and Maddie have all had some sort of issue with this specific person, and I think another person that was mentioned since Rush. Apparently Maddie has had issues with the same group of people because she blew one of them off. In the 4chan post, it talks about how Maddie just ignored this one guy and that she was rightfully doing so because he was a creep. And on top of that, part of the post also stated that Ethan had apparently walked in on steroid guy and another male doing things together. And it's a very great possibility that all of that could be connected. So if Ethan and Xana have been together for a while and Ethan walked in on this, don't you think he would have said something to Xana? Okay, they're together. They've been together. People gossip. Whenever you're in a relationship, you gossip like little besties. This is how it works, or how it's supposed to work, right? So if Xana and Kaylee and Maddie were all super close, and Xana and Ethan and Maddie all had issues with this person, would it not be too out of the realm to think that whatever Ethan saw, if that rumor is true, that it is a good possibility that he did speak something about it to his girlfriend, and that she would have in turn possibly, or both of them in turn would have went back and said something to Maddie, since they all have issues apparently with this person. And it's very safe to state that because Maddie and Kaylee have been literally attached at the hip since birth, it seems, that would have been relayed on to Kaylee, just in gossip terms. So who's to say here that this actually has anything to do with Jack? Because it is a great possibility that it ain't got a dang thing to do with Mr. Delcourt. Now, to me, the only common denominator in the 4chan posts and the security footage is Maddie. And apparently, in the 4chan posts, they state that Kaylee would have actually been like bad luck collateral damage, and that what happened literally didn't have anything to do with her. So what if Hoodie Guy might have overheard Maddie talking to Adam? Or for all we know, maybe Adam went and told Hoodie Guy what Maddie had just said to him, and that's why Hoodie Guy possibly states what he states about, they're going to get you for that, Maddie, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble. They is not normally a singular thing. Now, it can be used as a singular thing. Even before all the gender stuff has now been all over the place, you could still technically, in a sentence and in writing, use they as a singular person. But what if, actually, it is, in this sentence, not singular? What if they is actually a plural here? Well, if it is, then that could literally puzzle piece into this 4chan rumor. Because there is a great possibility that those 10 missed calls to Jack were literally just two drunk best friends drunk dialing one of their exes in the middle of a breakup and a move out of state, that maybe she had some stuff to say and she just wanted to say it to Jack. And maybe because it was her calling and he wasn't answering, she decided to have Maddie's phone call Jack's phone because maybe then he would think it was important and he would answer if he saw someone else also trying to get a hold of him. I don't know what to think about those 10 missed calls, because that's very odd to me. And I know that Kaylee's family acted like, oh, her calling 20,000 times just to ask us what she should eat for dinner is normal. That's not normal. I don't really care what anyone says. That's not normal. And I feel like that's the family, just based on their defensive behavior of Jack, that's the family basically just being defensive to not put something on Jack for why in the heck is she calling him 10 times in a row, okay? But you also have to take into consideration that it wasn't just Kaylee's phone. There was 3 calls from Maddie's phone too, and they sure didn't say anything about it being normal for Maddie to do the same thing, which is something we should probably pay attention to in those sentences. People have unalived people to keep their secrets secret. And college students are not that smart, and it's not just college students that would be stupid enough to do something this dramatic and drastic in order to keep their egos and their dignities in place. We've got full-grown 50, 60, 70-year-old people who unalive people to keep their secrets, okay? Now, this is just a theory. This is just speculation. This is literally just me trying to create this puzzle without any missing pieces. Could be absolutely not connected whatsoever. But if you think about it, it very well could. I want to know what you guys think. Is there a possibility that this 4chan post might actually have a little bit of stance, and there's a possibility what's being said here could connect to that? Like I said, just a theory. I'm probably going to do another update on this. There's been some things that needs to be debunked and talked about in this case, but I've got to get back to work. My break is over. See y'all.